Hi everyone, it's Stephanie with Lumeria Star. Welcome back to my channel. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to do a full flip through of this not yet to be released deck. This is the Universal Monsters Tarot deck and guidebook for you all. I kind of like previewed it in a previous video, but a lot of you have reached out to me and requested that you would like a full walkthrough. So I aim to please. So we are going to do that today. So let's just first take a look at the box. The box quality is really nice. We've got some like spot gloss here, and we've got all of our classic kind of monsters. This is an Insight Editions deck. We've got the thumb hole cutouts right here, and I'm just going to read what it says on the back. The most famous movie monsters of all time have emerged from the shadows to guide your tarot readings in this ghastly take on the traditional tarot deck. Featuring stunning original artwork inspired by classic tarot iconography, this 78-card deck depicts spine-chilling imagery and themes from the legendary Universal Pictures monster films, including such iconic characters as Frankenstein's monster, Count Dracula, the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Phantom of the Opera, and more. So this is fun. This is a fun concept. I love horror, so I just love anything spooky and dark and all those type things, and I just think this is a really fun concept. So we're just gonna do a nice kind of leisurely flip through. This is the inside of the box, which I think, is this supposed to mimic the inside of a coffin? I want to say yes, because we've got like, that's actually a fun detail. So we've got like kind of like, it looks like it's supposed to be wood here, and it almost looks like a blood spatter right there. And then this is maybe like the inner lining of a coffin. Yeah, actually, if you can see here, oh, these details are fun. I don't know if you can see, it looks like someone's trying to claw their way out. I'm a sucker for little details like that. So let's just go ahead and we're just gonna do a really casual flip through. These are the backs, and they are not edged or gilded, just plain white, which I think is nice. I'm kind of really over like cheap gilding, to be quite honest, so I much prefer just plain white because it's softer to the touch, and I can always edge this myself should I want to, and like maybe a nice matte black, maybe like a bright red, maybe this little kind of like yellowish green color, who knows. But I appreciate that it's not cheap gilding. And the cardstock is like standard Insight Editions cardstock. If you have a deck like this already, it's kind of got like a silky matte finish, and it is traditional tarot size. So let's just go ahead and take a look, and we're just gonna browse. I'm not gonna necessarily comment on much. I'm kind of at the end of my workday, a little tired, kind of a little talked out. For those of you who don't know, I am a mental health counselor, so I'm like talking all day. So I feel like the vibe of this video is I'm just gonna do a quiet kind of walkthrough. Maybe I'll comment on a few things. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this. I will say I do love Frankenstein's bride as the Empress. Now I will say the lovers, I believe this is Phantom of the Opera, which I think is interesting to put in this deck, this category. I will also make, I said I'm not going to talk. I will also make note that like some of these characters, like right off the bat, I don't personally know who they are. Like I've seen these classic monster films, but like not in a very long time. I don't know them that well. So like, I'm not quite sure who this is. I'm sure the guidebook will tell us, and we'll take a look at that later. I like that creature from the Black Lagoon. Let me know, for those of you who are really big, like Universal Monster fans, if you are getting all of these references right away. I'm not getting all of them. That's not to say I won't work with this deck, because I think the guidebook probably has a lot of information. But let me know if you're getting all the references. So we've got our suit of candles, which I believe is wands. And it does look like the minors are a little bit pippish. Some of them look like they could be a bit more scenic. So depending on how you feel about pips, just keep that in mind. And we've got the suit of crypts, which I think is cups, I think. I'm sure the book will tell us. Or maybe it's pentacles. This is giving me pentacles vibes. Maybe this is cups. Yeah, this is cups. This is very Ten of Cups energy, I think. Claws, I'm guessing, would be swords. I like that image. That's cool. You've got all of these like zoomed in shots of all these hands and claws. That's very clever. I actually really like that concept. This is a cool image. And then castles, which I would guess is pentacles. Aardvarks are kind of throwing me off. I don't know what that's from. Let me know if you know what that's from, because I'm not sure. And that is our deck. So I want to just take a quick look again what the suits were, because I'm not sure I got them right. Let's see. Bidding you welcome. I really do want to read this. Okay, so candles were wands. Yep. Cups, crypts, claws were swords, and pentacles were castles. Okay, so I was right. Some of them I think are maybe a little bit hard to get intuitively, at least for me, so I would probably have to rely on the guidebook. So I'm just going to give this a shuffle, and we'll just pull. I don't think I have the bandwidth to do a collective reading, to be quite honest. That's the burnout, I'm aware, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe pull a card or two and just read from the guidebook, just so we see how it reads. So that could still actually be considered a collective reading. It's just not a reading for me, it's a reading from the book. So let's see, if you have a question, feel free to kind of like think about that now. Maybe you just want a message for the day, message for the moment from the universe. Maybe you have a question in mind, a situation or something going on in your life. And let's see what messages comes through. Let's also see how this riffle shuffles, which, you know, can always get a little dicey on camera. Let's see, this cardstock is rather stiff, so I'm almost kind of just dropping them. Yeah, they're pretty stiff, but that probably works itself out with more shuffling and more usage. Okay, so just remember whenever this video kind of comes across your screen, whenever it is, this message, consider it for you. Also know that you can take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, so let's see what we've got here for our collective reading. Ah, the Empress. Maybe that was for me. And the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, I feel like this message is for me. We've got the Empress and my card of the year, which is funny. Okay, maybe I'll pull one more. Temperance, we've got all majors. You saw me shuffle. Okay, so let's read what the Empress has to say. This is what the guidebook looks like. As lightning illuminates the castle, a majestic, striking Empress awakens, igniting a connection with your own divine feminine. When the Bride of Frankenstein rises off the slab and into your reading, she is asking you to create. The Empress is a card of nurturing, of caring for the living things around you. If you've been considering starting a creative project, take this as a shriek of approval. Okay, so I like the little wording, it's cute. And reversed, the Bride has long stood as a symbol of dark Gothic glamour and an iconic celebration of uncommon beauty. When reversed, she indicates that you've been neglecting yourself. You need to prioritize self-care and self-love and embrace your own unique charms. You all, this deck is calling me out on camera. As I've been saying, I'm burnt out. I need to take better care of myself. Okay, noted. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. So let me see. I actually don't know who this is. Is this the Invisible Man? Like, I really don't know. Okay, when it comes to change, no one is truly invisible. Yeah, I think it is. The Wheel of Fortune is a reminder of the constant nature of change and how actions inform outcome. You might be at an all-time low, but have faith that circumstances will turn around for you. You must also be mindful of how you're getting results. If Griffin had used his insightful mind for the greater good, perhaps things would have turned out differently. And reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reversed reminds you that luck can change at any time based on the will of fate. Try as you might, you can't resist the natural flow of fortune. So brace yourself for a potentially unfavorable outcome and do what you can to learn from this moment and move on. Okay. Also feeling called out. I don't know if anyone else does. This reading's definitely for me. And let's read what Temperance has to say. So far, I'm really actually liking like the guidebook write-ups. Like they're short and sweet, but I feel like they kind of like get to the point, and they are also kind of letting you know like who these characters are. Okay, so Temperance, it says, patience, compassion, and caretaking can overcome even the most ferocious of fiends. Having returned to his ancestral home, Larry Talbot finds himself blending diverse elements from his life, reuniting with his family, falling in love, saving a woman's life, and becoming the Wolfman. Temperance urges you to take a calm, measured approach that allows you to balance competing priorities. You all, I'm so called out in this reading. Okay, reversed. Like Larry, you might have received some shocking information, but now is not the time to panic. Take stock of your resources, accept the situation at hand, and devise a plan to overcome any obstacles. Just try not to hunt any villagers in the meantime. Okay, so I'm actually really liking the guidebook, and I'm just curious if I can get like a minor arcana card just to see how it reads. Okay, so we've got Ace of Candles. So I'm just gonna put that right here. I wanna read and see how the guidebook reads for the minors. And you can see the minors have like a little less info, but you know, it still has, oh, you know what? This is interesting. So I like this. So for each of the minors, instead of like upright and reverse, it has in the light and in the shadows, which I think is clever. So let's read what the Ace of Candles has to say. So in the light, this ace is a freshly lit flame, dancing in the currents of your creativity and imagination. Maybe you've been energized by a powerful idea, claim it. Or perhaps you've discovered a cause you're passionate about, share it. or you might have stumbled upon an irresistible opportunity. Seize it. In the shadows, when reversed, the Ace of Candles finds you wavering, uncertain of your place in the world and disconnected from your inspiration. Oh my goodness. So like these are like totally reversed for me. Perhaps you've been best served by exploring what gets your mind blazing and by rooting yourself in something that truly fuels you. So I'm like really surprised how well this read. I wasn't sure, to be honest, but I'm kind of digging it, and I didn't think I would. So this is a very simple, chill walkthrough of the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. And kind of collective reading from the guidebook, since I didn't really channel that myself. But I would love to, you know, just hear what you all think of this deck, especially those of you who had requested a full walkthrough. Definitely let me know down in the comments below what you think, how you think it reads. Are you interested in picking this up when it does come out? I want to say this is on pre-order right now, and you can like, you know, check it out on like Amazon or Barnes & Noble or your local bookstore, I'm sure. But let me know what you think of this. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.